It's the penultimate day of racing at the 2018 Redlands Bicycle Classic. Brad Soner here with Frankie Andreu as we finally get to some criterium racing here in Redlands. Frankie, a lot different than what they've had the last 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, the climbs are gone, and for Katie Hall, she's actually gained time the last 2 days, and arguably I think United Healthcare actually has the strongest criterium team here, so they could be looking for the stage win, but watch out for these young riders. They are incredibly fast, and of course, any of these young riders, Redlands is the place to be able to make your mark because that's a chance to move up and get on a better pro team.
And for a lot of riders, it's really about the stage win. There are 2 time bonuses available midway through the race and at the finish, so we'll be watching for Katie Hall as she tries to pick up points there. You're watching the 2018 Redlands Bicycle Classic presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. A relatively easy day for the yellow jersey as Katie Hall and her United Healthcare team look to defend the GC. All she needs to do today is stay safe as she focuses on the Sunset Loop road race for the final day tomorrow.
I like a good hard criterium, and this one will be really fast, and we're expecting a lot of aggression, and so there's a lot of teams that want to get a stage win out of this, so it should be a lot of fun.
How much are you thinking about the Sunset Loop road race tomorrow, today? I got to think that's hard to get out of your mind.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it and what could possibly go down in the Sunset Loop, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be hard no matter what. I'm really happy that everybody has showed up here really ready to race and bring the heat, and it just makes for some really fun bike racing.
Well, another day with hot conditions out there. Temperatures expected to reach 100 degrees in Redlands, so the riders trying to stay cool. The other big question on the start line, will there be a breakaway? Frankie, this course, it could go either way.
Very technical course with 9 turns, 1 mile long, and so as all the riders, when they get ready to roll out, it's going to be United Healthcare going on the front. They feel confident they can control this race for 60 minutes, but what everybody has to remember is that in 2017, it was a solo rider that won from Visit Dallas DNA, and that was Claire Rose.
United Healthcare put a lot of riders on the front early, trying to keep Katie Hall on the front and in the yellow jersey, just making sure that no GC threats got away. But there was a break of 7, a very strong move going away with Jessica Serra, Jennifer Tetrick, Lauren Hall, Amber Pierce, Stephanie Rorda, Allison Beveridge, and Rachel Long. They got away pretty quickly and worked well together.
Big advantage for United Healthcare having a rider up there. They could sort of sit back, but they had to keep pace high, prevent anybody else from attacking. But eventually, Lauren Hall and Jennifer Tetrick went away, trying to be able to go for the win themselves.
Yeah, this was a big attack out of the group. They were thinking that this group of 7 was just too big, so Tibco and United Healthcare decided to jump out of the group thinking they could go all the way to the finish. But the other riders in that breakaway did a really good job of reeling them back in.
After reeling them back in, one rider marking the move and going off by herself. Jessica Serra decided to be able to strike out with about 5 laps to go. Will she get caught? The rest of the group didn't seem that interested. They seemed like they were worried about something else, but Serra was focused on getting to that finish line. Not a threat on the general classification for United Healthcare. They were sitting in a very comfortable position, especially with Lauren Hall up in that front group. But then it was the massive field sprint for the remaining places from the main field.
Yeah, Jess Serra able to cross the line with hands in the air. She took one last look back. No one in the picture behind her. Allison Beveridge sprints to 2nd place on the day, and Lauren Hall ends up with 3rd for United Healthcare.
Today was really important for us to go and try to put Starla in the points jersey, but the way that it worked out, I just happened to cover that move and tried to be smart in the break, and when I went for the last sprint, I had a gap, so like you just have to put your head down. I'm a crit rider, but I'm not a sprinter, and I'm not really a time trialist, so I had to really believe in myself, and when he said you had a gap, I just was like, okay, well, I've seen people do this before. There's no reason I can't do it.
In addition to picking up the stage win today, Jess Serra also moves into the green points leaders jersey after taking both intermediate sprints on the day, so she'll be wearing green heading into the final day. So no change in the GC. Katie Hall holds on to her 26-second lead over Sarah Bergen, heading into the final day of racing on the Sunset Loop Road Race tomorrow at the Redlands Bicycle Classic, presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians.